Yeah, you gotta learn how to talk a lot, y'all. I know that sounds crazy, but it's your round. Packboy Dolo checking in with another episode of Round the Clock Thinker Show. I'ma say that one more time because I wanted to be smooth. I said, it's your player partner Packboy Dolo checking in with another episode of the Round the Clock Thinker Show. There we go. You already know that this show is brought to you by the Treeway Winterwear, man. Cop the drill. And I'ma leave it at that. You dig? Also, make sure you go grab the booklet. If you want the physical copy, you can go through Amazon, $7, shipping not included. And if you want the booklet, the free e-booklet, which I highly, very much so, highly recommend. It'll be in your emails within 2 minutes. Valuable information that you can apply today, tonight, right now. The power of now. You dig? Today we're going to be talking about how and why to learn the skill of talking a lot. They like, what? How and why to learn the skill of talking a lot. I was going to say too much, but then I was like, nah, a lot. Because and I'm gonna tell you what I mean. I'm gonna illustrate it with a story. Shout out to Mama, man. Back at the projects, R.I.P. to Mr. Ed Harris. My mom would give this guy a ride to the store every now and again to get his groceries and shit like that. And he would be holding up the line, talking to the clerk. He's standing waiting to come get in the car because he's talking to somebody else. You know, when he's walking out of the store, he was just always having conversations. Always talking, running his damn mouth. As my mama used to say, Ed is always running his damn mouth. Right? So today, I'm here to tell you, shout out to Mama, but I'm here to tell you that you need to learn how and why to run your damn mouth. Chapter 1. Too much or not at all? Right? Too much or not at all? You need the sweet spot. Because it's all context and situational based. Therefore, I can't tell you a long ass story when we're in line. When I'm in line in front of somebody else and they're behind me. But what I can do is I can condense down the point that I want to make to you. And that'll be something that we talk about later on, about weaponizing your conversation. Because you have these long, drawn out, that's what Ed Harris was doing. And that's what was pissing Mama off. Because he would be out of context. He would be running his damn mouth out of context. You could tell that the person that he talked to, sometimes they're ready to leave. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't pick up those social cues. So make sure you also understand different social cues as well. But that's deep in depth on a whole nother different topic. So, too much or not at all, you need the sweet spot. And once again, it's all context and situation based. So You just need to know what kind of territory you're standing on, if you get my metaphor. Second star point, learn to let talk just as much. So just as much as you learn to talk and keep a conversation going if you need to, be willing to let talk just as much. And this is all cues, because you'll pick up when somebody really want to share something. For example, it's a Safeway here. I go there, I grab groceries. I go there regularly. It's 2 of them, but it's one that I really go to regularly, like all the time. And this is a young lady that works there that is always like standoffish and don't talk to nobody. She just kind of in her own world, does her work, that's it. Well, I had to communicate with her one day because I needed help with something. And I remember seeing her with a kid one day at her work. I guess she was off that day. So I asked her when I was communicating to her for the request, as we was on the way to the aisle where the specific item was, I asked her if she had a kid. And I was like, I know this is random, but you have a kid? I think I saw you one day, probably with like a son, maybe your son. She lit up. And told me how funny he is, and how we do this, and how we do that, and how we do this, and how we do that. And I peeled back because I was ready to share and to get her to share. She was already ready to share. And I was like, damn, I thought she was like standoffish, but she loves her kid. Like, that's her heart, her kid. That lit her up. So to understand these type of things make you feel good, because you like, damn, if I didn't know to at least mention something about the kid, because I knew that it was possible that it would like make her talk a little bit, then she would have never got the experience to light up and share with me like that. You feel me? So learn to let talk just as much. Straight up. Chapter 2. Your conversation can be weaponized and used as a tool. That's what I mentioned earlier. Let's go into these star points. I got 3 of them for you. The top 3 benefits in my opinion. And of course, I'll probably end up making another video. Another 3 and another 3. Because this shit is infinite, really. But right now, where I'm at in life, I feel like this 3 right here is like the top 3. This is like Steph Curry and 2 of the other most greatest shooters that ever existed. The top 3 greatest shooters ever existed on one team. This is what this is like right here. So the top 3 benefits on how your conversation can be weaponized and used as a tool. 1, time management. Like I briefly mentioned earlier, I can make it short and sweet or long and drawn out. It depends on the purpose and the context of the situation. But just know I'm present. I'm really being present. Right? But quote unquote time management, to use that term, is the context, understanding. Am I in a line? Is this person we talking? Okay, I've opened them up into conversation. Are they seeming to be struggling with something? Do they seem to be impatient? Are they stressed out at work? Can I drop a little gem on them real quick? Can I leave them with some sauce? If I could drip some sauce on them, and then it'll help them through their day and probably help them for the rest of the time that they work a job. I'm going to do that. But I have to know how to condense that down and make it impactful so that so that it'll hit. Because I could be way in Fort Collins, Colorado, having a really great conversation with someone who's at work who seems to be impatient. But I somehow just connect with them when I get up there. I may be the last one in a long line that they had, and now they kind of relieved and kind of sharing. And I'm starting to share, and I see that they're relieved, And then next thing you know, they're like really relaxed, and they're happy. And I drop some gem, I drop a game. I just keep it straight up 100 when I be like, look, I noticed you was kind of impatient not too long ago. I know how to get, but I just wanted to share this with you. Boom, boom, boom. And that may be something that'll help them. This happened today. You see how this works? This should be connecting so beautifully. This happened today. I'm at the library. I'm grabbing a book for somebody. And the section I'm in, it's this young lady standing right next to me. And it was just like the self-development section. And she looked pretty young. She looked fairly young. So I turned to her. Some told me to turn to her and say, hey, have you ever heard of Joe Dispenza? Dr. Joe Dispenza? Because we're in the library. We're in his section, self-development. This is what Joe Dispenza thrives in. You should check him out, by the way. JoeDispenza. So I asked her, hey, have you ever heard of Joe Dispenza? She said, no. What's he about? I stood up because she was standing up. I said, well, he operates in a field called quantum field. Excuse me. Quantum physics. He operates in a field that's labeled quantum physics. It's science. It's basically how everything works. Breaking shit down past the bone marrow, down to the atoms, right? And she was getting what I was saying. And I was like, his goal is to get us to see that we identify as somebody, as for example, like me, Pac Boy. I identify as Pac Boy that grew up in Alabama, that was born in Alabama. I went to school. I played football. I played baseball. My mom's name's Roshonda. I have a little brother named Javian, sister named Jashonica. You see what I'm saying? These are things that I label, that I identify myself with, because I label myself. I label Jamarcus as that person. With all those memories, those external environmental things. But what Joe Dispenza is saying that, hey, we're nothing and nobody and everybody at the same time. We're all connected and separate at the same time. And she was like, wow. I was like, yeah, so this teaches you to submerge the ego. And she seemed very humble. I said, so this teaches you to submerge the ego, and it allows you to operate more selflessly. And then I grabbed a book, and I was like, because I saw it, and I was attracted to that book in that moment. So I grabbed that book and looked at it. I said, this will be a good read for you, probably. She looked at it. She started flipping through the pages. I saw what I needed to get. I told her to have a great day. And floated the fuck off. I just put a whole book in her hand. She was already there. Right? She was already there looking for information. Why wouldn't I do that? But I wouldn't be able to do that if my conversation wasn't weaponized and used as a tool. And or a tool. Weapon and or a tool. Right? So the second start point is, like I said, presence. Sometimes people need moments and no one usually listens to them. Like I said earlier, lit up. Shorty lit up when I mentioned her kid. She lit up. People be needing to share sometimes, man. That's why being present and being conversational, that opens some people up to they like, damn, somebody finally talking to me today. Let me see if I could share this that's been bothering me. Cause they don't be having nobody to talk to. Next start point, and I love this one. This is beautiful. Compliments and acknowledgement may as well just be money in the bank. Cha-ching, baby. And I don't mean literal money. What I mean is energy. Compliments and acknowledgement? What? Listen, most people, you know who's really good at this? Y'all, go subscribe to Sensei Fouché. There's a very intelligent guy who's really broken down a lot of game to me, to the point where it was actually understandable. Even subjects that I had no interest in, once he broke them down, I'm like, oh shit, okay. So go for it with Sensei Fouché. But I've saw him do this and heard him, like sometime when we're on the phone call. He's really good at compliments and acknowledgement and how he moved through his day with respect to people. So make sure you go subscribe to Sensei Fouché, man. I'm gonna tag that in the description. Chapter 3. Skill set that is interchangeable. It's the skill set of talking a lot. Of learning how to talk a lot. For real. Listen. Sales, you gotta know how to talk. Seminars, people are talking, raising their hand, sharing information, talking. The person who's hosting the seminar, sharing information, talking. They got other people that's gonna come speak, guest speakers, sharing information, talking a lot. People taking notes and shit. Everybody's talking. And people listening. Talking and listening. Right? Learn to listen just as much as you learn to talk. YouTube videos. This one, for example, I'm talking. I'm running my damn mouth. Every video you see on the net is going to be somebody talking. And I know this shit seems so... it may seem like common sense, like duh, but really think about what I'm saying. Everybody's talking and somebody's listening to them talk all the time. Sometimes it's silence, of course. Pictures, beautiful pictures and lovely moments, you know. But most of the time people are talking. And remember, I think it's like 80 to 90% of talking is nonverbal. The communication, nonverbal. So The more you talk a lot, the more you learn the aspect that you don't physically see, you feel. And what is talking? Essentially, what is talking? Communication is the transfers of information. The transfers of information. Right? Transfer. When you get a transfer, or you get I don't know if any of y'all ever did like t-shirts and stuff like that, but if you ever get an invoice, you can accept or decline. You still got the invoice though. It's still transferred to you, so you could look at it and see it. Now you got options. You could accept or decline, but it was transferred. Transfers of information. That's what talking a lot means. So listen, learn how and why to learn the skill of talking a lot. Play this back if you need to, and again and again and again, and listen to what I'm saying. And then practice. Practice. Just talk to people. Just start with small compliments and go up from there. And then start just sharing what you did yesterday that was cool. Just sharing what you was thinking about, something that they brought up. Because I be thinking to myself, and we end up in a conversation when we talking about that. And I say, yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. And ABC 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Right? Run that shit by. Woo, woo, woo. Sharing, and some people, they be super quiet. That's why you gotta learn and know how and why. Learn the skill of talking a lot. It's around Pat Bordello. Check it out. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification belly so it'll ding you every time one of these shows pop up. You dripping sauce all over these YouTube avenues, you dig? Soak it up, man. Keep soaking it up, because I want you to win, and I know you want to win because you still soaking this shit up. It's your round, Pat Bordello, and I'm checking out. Peace.